Good morning, class. Have a nice day for you. So, this is our first program for the 11-year students. That is to learn about hortatory exposition text. I would like to explain it a little bit more, not more than 10 minutes probably. Yeah. So, every time we learn a new genre or the text type of reading, it means that you need to know the three important things. They are first to know about the purpose, and then second to know also about the generic structure or the text organization. And then the last one, it's about the language feature, or also as you know as the all about the grammatical or the grammatical way. Yeah. So in a hortatory exposition text, you may have to know about the purpose. The purpose is to persuade the reader or listener that something should or should not be the case. Ya, saya ulangin. Jadi tujuannya adalah untuk memberikan himbauan atau semacam ajakan kepada para pembaca dan pendengar bahwa ada suatu masalah yang bisa terjadi atau tidak menjadi kasus. Ya, saya ulangi itu. Okay, next after that, you need to know also about the construction of the text that's concerning with the text organization or the generic structure. Yeah. Hortatory exposition text actually has the similarity also with the analytical exposition. Both of them are actually have the differences at the end of the text. Yeah, I mean in the closing, they are different, but in the beginning or the first part of the generic structure is almost the same. Yeah, both of them begin with thesis, and then also in the middle they have similarity. Yeah, I mean the beginning is the thesis that the writer need to announce that there is a problem there that they are going to explore or to inform to the readers. Yeah, the thesis is announcement of the issue concerned. So it should be a problem there, yeah, a problem that need to be solved or a problem that need to get its solution or suggestion. And then after that, the writers are going to put the arguments. Yeah, this is part of reasons or anything concerning with the something leading to the recommendation. So it should be a reason there. Yeah, it can be one or more than one paragraph or more than one argument. It depends on the writers themselves. Yeah, if the issue or the problems are so complicated, it means that the writers need to share more than one argument. So don't forget that in argument, the writers are going to state reasons for concerns leading to the recommendation. Ya, jadi ingat tuh, di dalam hortatory ada kesamaan dengan analytical exposition. Keduanya memiliki permulaan dan tengah-tengah dari tulisannya pada tahapan yang sama dalam generic structure-nya. Jadi keduanya itu dimulai dengan tesis, di mana di dalam tesis itu akan dikemukakan atau pengarang akan memunculkan, mengenalkan juga atau mengumumkan juga sebuah masalah yang jadi perhatiannya untuk diketahui oleh orang lain, oleh pembaca atau pendengarnya. And then after that, pengarang itu kemudian memasukkan alasan-alasan yang dia yakini akan mengarah kepada tesis. Alasannya bisa satu alasan saja atau beberapa alasan. Jadi bisa dimunculkan dalam satu argumen atau beberapa argumen, tergantung dari complicated atau tidaknya, complicated atau sederhananya permasalahan itu, ya. And then after that, at the end of the text, the writers are going to put their recommendation. Yeah? Recommendation, it means that the writers need to give a kind of solution or suggestion, yeah, according to the problems stated on the thesis, and also according to the arguments that lead them to the recommendation. Yeah, so don't forget that hortatory text only constructed in three main parts. Ya, jadi hortatory dibangun dari 3 macam bagian generic structure-nya. 3 bagian ya, thesis, argument, dan recommendation. And also in the part of hortatory, or every time you learn genre, it means that you need to know also all about the grammatical way. It means that you need to pay attention to the language features. How actually the writer are going to input their ideas in writing, following its regulation. I mean, they are going to write down all the text in a proper way, ya. Jadi kalau mau nulis yang benar itu harus ngikutin language feature-nya atau hal-hal yang berkenaan dengan urusan tata bahasanya, ya. Di dalam hortatory, so in a hortatory, the most important language feature that the writer need to know is to use a proper part of tense, ya. Because the hortatory explain or states about the issue that still ongoing, yeah. Now the speaker or the writer to share. It means that the writer need to use the simple present tense, yeah. But it doesn't mean that all the texts are going to get or to be involved or to put in simple present tense. It can also be in other kind of tenses, but not all or in the proper way. I mean, in a general, the condition should be in other tenses instead of simple present tense, ya. Jadi jangan lupa untuk hortatory, karena yang dibicarakan itu masalah yang sedang ada, jadi harus diekspresikan dalam bentuk simple present tense. Tidak boleh memakai tenses lain. Kalaupun ada tenses lain yang dipakai, itu hanya sebagian kecil dari bagian teksnya saja. Okay, and then also pay attention how to use the emotive words. And you know that emotive words is kind of group of words that explain or has something to do with emotion. For example, like worried, happy, disappointed, alarm, many kind of words that you can find out in a dictionary. It will be taken from a group of verbs, adjective or adverbial of a certain kind. Yeah. And also, it can be also taken from abstract noun. So don't forget that emotive words can be described in verb, adjective, or adverb, or probably also abstract noun. Ya, jadi ada 4 tuh yang bisa diambil dari kelompok emotive words atau kata-kata yang berkenaan dengan emosi. 1 dari kelompok kata kerja, dari kata sifat, adjective atau adverb, kata keterangan kata kerja, atau juga dari kata benda yang abstrak. For example, abstract noun is kan imagination, idea, that is abstract noun. Jadi noun, kata benda yang nggak bisa dilihat, there is no wujudnya nggak ada, nggak bisa ditangkap. Ya, illustration, imagination, idea, that all a group of abstract noun. And also you have to pay attention or to use also the kind of compound and complex sentences. Ya. Compound sentence itu kalimat majemuk setara. For example, like you are reading book. I am reading book. Now, both of the sentences can be combined into a compound sentence by using a certain conjunction. In this kind of sentence, we can combine them by using and, the conjunction and. For example, you are reading book and I am reading book. Jadi sama ya, kondisinya setara. And then also the complex sentence. Complex sentence mean Indonesianya adalah kata majemuk bertingkat. For example, like this. You are reading book. I am teaching now. Gak sama ya kegiatannya. Jadi kamu baca buku, saya lagi ngajar. So kalau di-combine kita pakai conjunction but. Itu salah satu jenis complex sentence. You are reading book, but I am teaching now. Jadi nggak sama ya. Nah itu nanti kamu bisa compare dengan pelajaran bahasa Indonesia. And then also the use of modals and adverbs. Udah tahu ya modals kelompok apa, adverbs juga. And then the last one should be involved is the use of subjective opinions using pronouns I or we. Jadi pakai kata ganti subjektif, yang lebih sering itu dipakai adalah I atau we. Because in a hortatory text, usually the writers are going or the writer is going to get involved is personally or a group of people. So if the person himself or herself personally put the kind of critic in a hortatory text, it means that he or the writer is going to use frequently the personal pronoun I. But if a group of people share their ideas or their problems, it means that the people there in the text are going to be in a group of people, so it's better to use we, the personal pronoun we, frequently. Gitu ya. Jadi namanya hortatory itu ada sebuah kritik atau masalah yang ditayangkan oleh satu orang secara personal atau beberapa kelompok atau beberapa orang dalam satu kelompok. Nah kalau perorangan kata gantinya harus pakai I, frequently, sering banget di dalam teks itu muncul kata-kata I. Di dalam rekomendasinya juga I. Saya menyatakan tidak setuju dengan bla 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 bla. Atau sekelompok orang, kami menyatakan tidak setuju dengan bla 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 bla. Lalu kami menyarankan agar, nah itu di rekomendasinya akan muncul kayak gitu. Oke, saya rasa ini penjelasannya sudah cukup. Nanti later saya akan kasih semacam tugas yang berhubungan sama ini. Oke. Dan kalau ada yang kurang jelas bisa ditanyakan nanti langsung di dalam kelas ya. Terima kasih untuk hari ini. Bye.